Warthog, friends. My name is Jerk, and this is the big show. How's everybody doing? Well, I hope it's Monday, and we are but a week from California returning to almost normal. And that is two great tastes that go great together. Like chocolate and peanut butter, or gin and tonic, or mustard and sauerkraut. Which I admit I never even tried until I was well into my 30s. And much like our guest, you throw that onto a capable sausage and you've got something delicious. That's right, we got them. They're on the show and they've been slurping spotting in the green room, so let's get them out here while they can still stand. The brand spanking new German premium tier 6 destroyer. Give it up for Z-35. Alright. I have not put in my customary 100,000 XP in this ship, but sometimes you just know. You look deep into their eyes and you know, and despite it being Monday, it is almost a Freaky Friday, because this answers the question, what would happen if you put an American gunboat inside of a German destroyer? Would you be 13 going on 30, or vice versa? Either way, Z-35 is in the house, and let me go ahead and put my commander and modules up on the big screen. We're using Old Bay seasoning, and there's Billiam Sims and Jersey Von Jovi down to clown. And if you've seen my videos, one of the things I like in my ships is versatility and the ability to build them out in a bunch of different ways, and I am happy to report you can do that with the Z-35. You've got 5-kilometer sonar. That means you can have a stealth sonar build, which I technically have in this match, though I'm not really using it that way. You've got wonderful 3.8 second reload, 1/4 HE penetration shells, which will pin up to 31 millimeters, which means not quite tier 7 shenanigans, but still pretty good. And you've got okay torps and health, but no speed boost. So each one of those things you can build towards. You could build all for stealth, or all for torps, or for the guns, which is what I would do. And also look at this health. With Sims on here, and I do not have him ranked beyond 14 Legendary 2, I have 40% of a Champagne's health. Now, the guns are the bread and butter of this boat, but I really don't get to use them all that much in this match, well, as much as I would like to. Like other gunboats, it's better if you can get into a position with many targets that you can fire upon. But in this match, I felt like I was mostly chasing the win here and being forced to try and save the team. Like hunting down this destroyer that isn't even concerned with capping. And that means I'm going to be using less guns and more torpedoes in this match. But we are talking damage to the tune of about 170,000. But you'll see, I'm not afraid to use the guns, and I have no problem firing them, even if it means I will be spotted. Being spotted is no big deal so long as it's on your own terms, as this Akatsuki is about to find out. The panic smoke. They're going to lose spot of me, but my magic hydro keeps them spotted, and this is going to be ship number 1. Alright, so now at this point I need to reposition to the center of the map, but since that's a little bit boring, I'm going to jump to this other clip in another game so you can see the guns doing a bit more work. And all you're missing in that other match is I'm going to get a couple torps into an AOBA. Anyway, in this one here, I'm doing the same thing. I'm laying the German smoke trap, I'm dropping smoke, I've got my hydro on, and of course they're trapped in my water radar for 5 kilometers, which is a very long distance for destroyers, especially when you build to concealment all the time. Anyway, so we take out that Akatsuki, and then this Venom sails into it, and of course they have a panic smoke moment, like, oh my gosh, why am I spotted? Just start dropping smoke, which is always hilarious, I should say. So I'm going to be focusing them until they eventually get out of my range. But at this point you're always thinking, okay, well, I've got rid of one of the destroyers. We know where the other one is. They're weak. Surely my team's ready to back me up, and they're up here with me, right? But as I look around, I notice they are indeed, nope, still securing the island. And oh crap, here comes a cruiser. So, we've got this Trento here, and I'm going to show you what the AP does. AP does pretty good. I'm only getting one Citadel there. I think I get another one on this Nick shot. But then I switch back to HE, and you're going to see that I'm actually aiming a bit too low, so my HE is just shattering. So you still have to be aware of where you are aiming, otherwise, you know, you won't be doing much damage. But conveniently for me, I don't know if the Trento is just trying to get all their guns around, but they are going to be giving me a flat broadside for the AP, not just yet, but now, and that's 4 Citadels right there, so pretty good AP on this too. And you can use it against destroyers as well, I will say. Anyway, back in this game, I've headed over to B because they have this lonely Bayern going in here, and I'm trying to save my team, kind of. When I was approaching this cap, the Bayern was spotted, and I saw that its turrets were facing the opposite direction. And so that's why I'm doing the only sensible thing you can do, and that is do YOLO rush. Because you gotta risk it for the biscuit. And this is going to give us our second ship sunk. And even though it looks a little bit dire because the red team has capped 2 bases, I didn't think that we were necessarily screwed yet, because the Pensacola behind me has taken 2 torps. We saw that at the beginning of the match. There is the Aoba that I hit with 2 torps, and they're very low too. So once I remove this, I'm like, okay, well that takes care of 1 set of big guns. I just need to get rid of those 2 cruisers now, and then maybe 1 more battleship, and then maybe my teammates can take care of the rest? I don't know, but you know how it goes when you rely upon other people to do things. But as we all know, if your plan is reliant upon your teammates, it's probably going to fail. If you expect nothing from them, then you can only ever be pleasantly surprised when they come through. And speaking of, I was holding my shots here because I wanted to wait until my teammate would have a line of sight on this Pensacola. So I look over there, and I think that they do. So as I'm expecting this, I start dropping my smoke so I can start shooting this Pensacola, but I guess they did not. And so that is a wasted smoke. But I just decide, you know what, I might as well use this hydro to spot them and go ahead and get this ship secured. So that cola turns to go behind the island, and I'm just going to keep reversing because at this point I can tell we need to start sinking some ships if we actually want to win here. So just back out of the smoke. We know that they're going to be acquired again soon, and I should be able to gun them down. Even if I have to take a little bit of damage in the process, it's not that big of a deal. So we pre-fire, miss, and gonna get this one, I think, on this shot here. Nope, one more. And we only took barely any damage there, so you know what, it's not too bad coming out of there that way. But now we've got this other cruiser that's got to be lurking around here too, and that should be the Aoba that I took most of the health from earlier. So the blue team here is getting put into a tough position. The red team has them in a crossfire. They're coming from both the C cap and the A cap. And I'm going to head back down to C because I know I can remove this cruiser easily. There they are. We knew they were weak from when they took the 2 torpedoes earlier. And then maybe I can take out that Fuso and recap the C cap at the same time. And maybe, just maybe, the blue team can pull something together. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the Aoba right here. And that's going to be ship number 4. So pretty sure this is when the Kraken hunt began. Wow.
Gegnerischer Kreuzer zerstört.
Not a very satisfying Kraken hunt because this was looking a lot like a loss to me. Sometimes you do everything right and still lose, right? No one in this game has a win percentage of 100%, and so while I may not be able to carry the ring, I can at least carry the team. mean, I think the Fuso has realized what is up and they've tossed it in reverse. But I've got nothing to lose. So because this was before any morning caffeine, I was a little bit late to realize, you could be shooting this guy, jerk. I mean, I can get fires on him, and if they turn to fire all their guns at me, well, that's going to slow down their retreat and allow me to get torps on them, so let's just keep shooting and hopefully get them to burn a damage control, because I don't know what's going on in the middle of the map. I can't control that, but I can at least make sure that I sink this Fuso. So you're going to see me, I'm going to fire here and wait to go dark, and we do get lucky. We get a fire on that one. And I'm just bow into them. Just, you can see me coming. It's terrifying. I know. We pick up a high caliber right there. Dodge those shots so we know they fired. And just start shooting again. No reason not to. So we'll start shooting. And I think, if I remember correctly, we get another fire here. And these don't have the greatest fire chance, but it's not bad. And yeah, so there's a second fire, and I don't know if I were this Fuso player, if I would have said, oh, okay, 2 fires, I've got plenty of health. Let me use the damage control as a destroyer is approaching me, because you take a flood in this situation, you're pretty screwed. And we take a hit there, not too bad, because this does have that huge health pool. And let's just see, can we get torps off? We're going to go ahead and send them in and go dark and try and cap this, but I did notice that, you know, my blue teammate just went down there, so this is going to be a loss. Not much I can do about that now, but I can at least make sure that it's a Kraken game. So that I'm going to do for your entertainment. And maybe a little bit for my own self-worth. Anyway, so let's see what these torpedoes are going to do. It looks like they're going to take 1, but no flood. And that was when the game was lost. Well, not really. The game was lost before, but that's when I realized the game was lost. Because I had hoped to have them flood out, and then I would finish the cap here and head back to B, and maybe I could sink the Nelson on the red team, who was having a very good game. But since that wasn't a flood, it was peanut butter jelly time. Now, some may suggest that I am just damage hunting, and I would say, look at how many solo caps I have. 3. So I feel like I have done my job in this game. Now let me just enjoy how it's going to end. If I had had more hydro, I could have spotted them through the island here, and at first I was thinking, okay, well, let's back up to torp, but that's usually a bad idea because you're going to lose all momentum and they're going to be able to get you with their guns. So I'm going for the more obvious torping from behind, even though this is usually where battleships point their guns, especially when I get spotted by the range of guaranteed acquisition, but I got to risk it. I'm going for the Kraken here. We just gotta wonder, do they have HE loaded? Ooh, that might detonate me. Alright. Torps in the water and turn hard. Turn hard. Make ourselves so skinny. Oh no, our teammate went down, so we have to survive this? There we go. Oh, Kraken 243 in the Z-35. That's how it's done. So while the timer expires and I head back to B to just try and break the 170,000 damage, let me give you my final thoughts on this computer boat. I like it. I think it could be my favorite tier 6 destroyer. I like that there's so many potential build options. I haven't even messed around using Blue Fioria or whatever her name is, or some of the other weird commanders out there. And if I had Mordoff more highly ranked, I might actually trade out Billy Sims for this as an inspiration. Is it worth the money? Well, only you can know that, but I think if you want to spend money in this game, that this is a very decent pickup. Let me disclose that as part of the Wargaming Community Contributor Program, they do give me this ship for free, so weigh that information accordingly, though I think most will suggest that I am honest in my opinions on things of this matter. Anyway, here the time is running out. So let's go ahead and see this darn scoreboard. 2,551 XP and a loss for a very good game, and let's see what everyone else... Are you kidding me? Nice job in the Nelson over there on the red team. Blue team, you're tearing me apart. That wraps this one up. Questions, comments, consolations, leave them down below. If your Anaconda don't want none unless it's got guns, hun, hit like. If you take your boat out for a Christopher Cross sailing simulator and don't want to scare the fish, hit dislike. And if you want to relieve the anxiety you've been discussing with your therapist about missing the next show, I've got good news. We offer a subscribe button now. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll get back out there for another one soon, and we'll talk then.